Okay, so since you agree na i-record yung online class natin, so now it's recording. Okay, so last time we discussed about the introduction of e-commerce. Okay, so let's continue, or again, let's have a review first before we continue of our topic. So last time we discussed the introduction of e-commerce, followed by the technology infrastructure for e-commerce. Have we discussed yung business concepts and social issues? Na-discuss na ba natin to?
Hindi pa po, sir.
Okay, so we'll be discussing this one, then followed by Joomla Content Management System, the introduction of SUMP. This introduction of SUMP is actually discussed already dun sa web development nyo, but I included it for the benefit of everyone. Okay. Okay, so let's have now the business concepts and social issues. So the learning outcomes of this topic, the business concepts and social issues, are ethical and legal issues related to e-commerce technologies, such as manipulation of graphics and sound information, privacy, and control of electronic media. So basically, it's about ethical issues and business concepts. So there are a lot of issues regarding the e-commerce. Sometimes it's advantage, or there are advantages for us, and of course there are also disadvantages for us, especially in IT field. Challenges when making ethical decisions related to e-commerce, considering laws, privacy, security, and of course the business itself. And of course, regulatory and legal environment as it's related to the e-commerce. So let's now start with ethics, social, and political issues. So defining the rights of people express their ideas and the property rights of copyright owners are just two of the many ethical, social issues and political issues raised by the rapid evolution of e-commerce. That's right. Um, of course, simula nung nagkaroon tayo ng e-commerce, there that are actually the main focus, okay, when it comes to issues of the e-commerce. Why? Kasi simula nung nag-e-commerce, we really don't know how, parang sa Pinas, 'di ba? How are we going to upgrade or evolve yung law natin, eh, the constitution that we are using is in the 1987, eh, we are in the 2020 na. So, yung mga laws na dapat, eh, naayos na, hindi pa rin natin nagagawa. Why? What's the reason behind that, 'di ba? There are political issues. Of course, we are not going deeper into that political issues, but that's actually one of the reasons. Okay. There are a lot of issues na related also into legal when it comes to e-commerce. And of course, gaya nga nasabi dito, property rights of copyrights owners are just two of the many ethical, social, and political issues. Kasi wala nga tayong specified law that will mandate the information regarding the e-commerce. Kasi nga nung ginawa yung laws natin, and nung inaayos yung mga laws natin, eh wala naman tayong about sa e-commerce, di ba? That's why, di ba, yung sinabing ipapataw daw yung tax through e-commerce, yung sa Netflix magkakaroon ng tax, something na gano'n, pinopropose na gano'n. That's actually right. I mean, that's right in a sense of, yes, we are evolving, so there are also anong tawag dito, adjustment when it comes to the government and policy. I think the only problem with that is, of course, since we are in the Philippines, or let's say we are in the democratic country, ang nangyayari kasi is that bakit ganito, bakit gano'n? We always questions kung ano ba yung nangyayari kasi feeling natin may mali or let's say may mali talaga. However, ang propose naman kasi nila is magkaka-tax yung Netflix kasi ganito. Tama naman kasi may binabayaran. Kaya lang hindi nga tayo anong tawag dito? Hindi nga tayo maka-move on kasi wala nga tayong laws regarding doon. Ngayon yung nagagawa na ng law na magkakaroon ng anong tawag dito? Tax for e-commerce like Shopee, Shopee PH, ano pa ba? Yung mga other e-commerce sites and applications that we have kakaroon ng taxes, something na gano'n. That's really a problem, no? Kasi wala nga tayong mandate for that. However, ayun nga, sabi ko nga, that are the issues when it comes to ethical, social, and political issues. Napakarami. That's why also, most of the people ngayon, ang ginagawa is, they doing the e-commerce. Why? Bakit nga ba? Hindi ka required magbayad ng tax. Ano pa? When it comes to hindi mo kailangan mag-register online. Kaya lang, meron ng ngayon na dapat pag-register ka, magbabayad ka ng ganito, magbayad ka ng ganyan. Pero honestly speaking, wala pa tayong ganun. Di ba? How are we going to collect money from e-commerce site na ganito, ganyan yung ginagawa? Of course, you can have their you can check their background, sino ba yung may-ari, ganyan. But totally, wala talaga. There's no way, di ba? Kahit yung mga freelancers, di ba, gusto nilang bigyan ng tax. But kahit naman sabi yung bigyan ng tax, hindi lang nila i-declare kasi wala naman talaga silang ginawa or kung may ginawa man sila, hindi lang din nila dineclare kasi they are part of the e-commerce. So wala rin sila magagawa. Diba? Advantage yun for the one na nakikinabang. And disadvantage naman kapag nagkaroon ng batas dun sa nakikinabang. Ngayon, dun sa hindi nakikinabang, that will be advantage if there are laws na magkukolekta ka ng tax, dadagdagan yung kailangan magbayad ng seller to the government, something na ganon. Maraming ganon. But how are we going to trace also that one? So sabi ko nga, napakalaking issue ng e-commerce. Okay? Aside from the advantages, of course, there's also disadvantages. Both sides, consumers, government, okay, the customer itself, the seller, the buyers, napakarami. Di ba? Halimbawa, ayan, naloko ka sa e-commerce. Di ba? Ang gagawin mo lang, i-report mo. Di ba? Pero, hindi ka makapagkaso kasi wala din eh. Di ba? Ano pa? Sa Grab, papadala ng pagkain. Hindi ka rin makareklamo. Bakit? Yung pangalan na ginamit, hindi naman pala yun yung umorder. Di ba kaya lagi yung sabi, bakit hindi natin lagyan ng law na ganito? Ano bang ginagawa ng government regarding dito? Di ba? I'm not anti or pro the government since then, no? Like ko lang iniisip na paano nga ba? 'Di ba? Kapag magsusulong ng changes when it comes to 1987 Constitution, ayaw naman. Katulad ng mga sa motorcycle, 'di ba? Kapag nagbanggaan, hindi naman ikaw may kasalanan. Pero makukulong ka pa rin kasi namatay isang tao. 'Di ba? Nai-gets niyo ba? Napakaraming lapses. Hindi lang with the e-commerce but a lot of things. But since this is about ethical, social, and also political issues, we have to determine kung ano-ano ba yung mga yan. And once we determine it, anong changes ba yung mga pwede natin gawin? Diba? And now let's move forward. The ethical, social, and political issues raised in e-commerce provide a framework for organizing the issues and make recommendations for managers who are given responsibility of operating e-commerce companies within commonly accepted standards of appropriateness. So, one of the things na ginawa natin or one of the things na ginawa ng mga e-commerce companies ay Una, they categorize their e-commerce. Paano they categorize their e-commerce? Eh, di ba sir, kapag sinabi natin e-commerce, that is buying and selling. Di ba? The goods and services. Ngayon, some companies, ang ginawa nila, they are e-commerce by means of goods and services. Ay, sorry, by services itself. Ngayon, kapag services kasi yung binigay mo when it comes to the e-commerce, of course, how are you going to buy it? I mean, paano ka magbabayad? After, paano ka magbabayad? Paano mo bibigyan ng resibo when it comes to a service na e-commerce na? Diba? Ang ganun yung ginagawa. Actually, ganun naman karamihan ng company, diba? They're doing their best to be able for them to have an income and to take advantage of the situation. Of course, wala namang company na gustong malugi. Wala namang gustong company na magbayad ng tax lagi. Tama ba? Kasi sobrang taas na bayad ng tax, ganyan-ganyan. However, yung mga maliliit nga kasi, maliliit na companies, ganun, ewan ko, pero that's my point of view. Kung sino pa yung maliit na company, sila pa yung laging responsible in paying taxes. They are also responsible in all the anong tawag dito? Standard sets by the government and the private institutions. So, ibig sabihin, sila lang yung they abide by the rule. Pero ang problema, yung malalaking company, hindi na gano'n. Kasi the fact na alam na nila yung gagawin nila, nalulusutan din lahat. Admit it or not, napakalaki niyan sa Pilipinas. Kahit nga yung simpleng traditional buying and selling, 'di ba? Ba't walang resibo? Ngayon may resibo na, pero yung resibong bibigay sa'yo peke naman, 'di ba? Pero may ginagawa ba, 'di ba? Hinuhuli, ganyan. Wala din eh, bakit? Continuous pa rin kasi yung printing. 'Di ba? Now na nag-boom or let's say nag-rise up again the e-commerce. Of course, the government, the private institutions, okay, will take advantage of that. 'Di ba? Oh, nag-boom na naman yung e-commerce. Puwede ba nating lagyan ng tax yan para kumita naman yung country natin? Of course, that is not only issue here in the Philippines. There are a lot of people na gano'n na. 'Di ba? Sa US, wala, hindi naman uso yung Shopee, 'di ba? Amazon, gano'n yung mga uso, eh. Pero wala ng problema. Bakit? Kasi nung nag-adjust yung technology, the government also adjusted. Sa atin kasi nung nag-a-adjust tayo, wala nag-a-adjust. 'Di ba? When it comes to ownership, copyright, ang dami nating problema when it comes to that one. Okay? Ini-inline lang natin siya sa e-commerce, but in reality, napakarami talaga nating problema when it comes to that one. Okay? So, let's continue. I want you to have this one. Oh. Yung many business firms and individuals are benefiting from the commercial development of the internet. But this development also exacts a price from individuals, organizations, and societies. This cost benefit must be carefully considered by those seeking to make ethical and social responsible decisions in this new environment. Yan nga yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina na ano man yung gawin mo sa e-commerce, there will be advantages and disadvantages. Okay? Siguro sa ngayon wala pa kasi wala pa talagang problema na pwede kang makuha sa e-commerce, especially when it comes to income or income generation. Malakas kasi talaga, 'di ba? I remember yung estudyante ko sa Forbes na hindi mo talaga magaling sa programming, pero pinasok niya yung e-com. Nung pinasok niya yung e-com, okey na. Biling sasakyan, okey na. It's a matter of chances also. Then I asked, "How?" Paano? Sila yung answer niya, "Sir, walang problem. Hindi mo kailangan ng pangalan. I mean, hindi mo kailangan ng business name. All you need to do is maging preferred seller ka. Especially preferred seller, saan ba yan? Shopee, ano pa ba yun? Ano pa ba yung mga binibilan? Lazada, ayan. Naging preferred siya. Tapos yung gamit niya, sir, binibili ko lang yan sa Divisoria, ganyan. Di ba? Fake man yung gamit mo, substandard, that's not fake, sorry. Substandard man yung gamit na bibilin mo, na ibebenta mo through internet or e-commerce, wala silang magagawa. Bakit? As long as you have your good reviews, as long as okay yung products mo, as long as okay yung services mo, wala maging problema. May habol ba sila? Yes. They can contact you. Kaya lang, if you're really good, di ba? Pwede mo baguhin yung identity mo. Pangalan mo, ito lang. Nung verify ka, gumagawa ka lang ng ID sa recto. Na-gets nyo? Kahit na anong gawin natin, sa e-commerce, you're just uploading documents. Okay? The verification process is the verification process. It's the only verification that you have. Diba? Tapos, kapag nag-verify ka na, picture with yourself, selfie. Ganun kasi bago ngayon eh. Hindi na yung mukha mo lang. You have your face, you have your ID. Okay? Diba? Since we have the advancement of technology, pati yung pag-replicate ng IDs, napakadali na lang. Kaya wala naging problema. Okay? Magreklamo ka man, ay hindi pala ito yung totoong pangalan niya. Ay hindi pala ito yung totoong address niya. Bakit? As long as na-deliver sa'yo yung goods, as long as na-deliver yung services, as long as nakalagay sa'yo preferred seller, you don't question that, di ba? Kasi alam na natin na, okay, maraming nabili dito, okay to, trusted to. Okay, maganda rin yung reviews, ganyan. Pero once na pumalpa kayo, no problema. Okay, I remember also isang babae nagtitinda siya na computer. Okay? Sabi ni Shopee, okay, nadala na daw. Okay? Pero yung bumili, the buyer, sabi niya, ay sir, wala pa dito. Pero Shopee insist na meron. Okay, sige, sabi nung buyer, nung seller, sige, papadala na lang ulit ako. Ang sabi kasi ni Shopee, just report it. Nagigets nyo? Report. Pero other than dun, wala. Why? Because of the agreement. Diba? Ang dami nagra-run sa FB regarding doon na, oo nga, pag hindi na ano, yung item na binigay, na binalik, hindi pa rin bumabalik sa kanila. Why? We don't read the agreement. Hindi namin mababalik sa'yo yan kasi ikaw yung nagdala dyan. Ikaw nagdala dito. Diba? Pag nagpapadala tayo nagpupunta doon. Hindi naman pwedeng yung company magbalik sa'yo doon. Sasabihin lang nila, ay, andito na yung package mo. Okay? Tapos pagdating sa'yo dito, ay, ba't wala yung package? Okay? Maraming ganun. Parang sa akin, ito, nag-send ako sa JR Express. Ayan, i-name na company. Ng documents, no? Kaya lang yung pinag-sendan ko, unfortunately, umalis na sa address na binigay niya, which is yun sa bahay. But that is a document, no? That are documents na kailangan ko ipasa. Tapos yung sinabi yun, I'm waiting for a text na, asa na ba yan? Ganyan. Fortunately, wala. Okay? Kasi ganun lahat ng company. As long as nakabayad ka na, pag na-deliver nila, okay. Kapag hindi nila na-deliver, makikita mo naman daw na hindi nila na-deliver. Diba? But, that's actually the responsibility of the courier. What? Na, i-inform ka na hindi ganito, ganyan. Kasi, they get your number. Dapat ganun. Diba? Hindi yung, paano, just track it, sir, ganyan. Eh, magtataka ka nga, bakit nandoon na, tapos biglang bumalik pa sa Tarlac, something like that. Diba? Pwede bang itanong yon ganyan. Tatawag ka, wala, mauubos na yung oras mo ata. No? Okay? So, remember this one, no? We have benefits, but we also have disadvantages of having the e-commerce. Next, we have yung public policy issues in e-commerce. So the major ethical, social, and political issues that have developed around e-commerce over the past 7 or 8 years can be loosely categorized into 4 major dimensions. Ano daw yun? Una, information rights. The rights for information. Kahit naman sa atin ngayon, we are deprived with the information. Okay? Kahit na meron tayong FOI, we are actually deprived with the information. Property rights. Governance, yes, that's right. And public safety and welfare. Okay? Kasi tama nga naman, how are you going to protect the people na bumibili into e-commerce? Jessica Soho, di ba? Bumili nung acid ba yun? Though, hindi ko naman talaga napanood. So, tapos biglang tumapon sa mukha nila kasi yung procedures, ganyan-ganyan, nandoon, ganito. The question is, how are they going to filter the e-commerce na hindi naman talaga pwede yung product? Diba? Wala tayong magawa eh. Bakit? Tayo rin kasi bumibili. Sinabi na wag bilhin, bibilin pa natin. Ay, ari na. Ay, maganda rin yung reviews, ganyan. But kapag alam mong safety of the people, or your own safety yung doon, of course, you go with the brand na kilala mo na. Di ba? Yun yung problema sa e-commerce. There are a lot of products and services na mas mababa compared doon sa gusto natin talagang makita. Okay? Halimbawa, nakakuha ka ng spam na, ay, ang mura naman ito, parang 50% off compared to dun sa ganito, ganyan. Pero iba yung brand. Diba? Ito tayo magkakaproblema. Okay? That's why, sabi nga, public safety and welfare, the property rights, and the governance. Governance, as was given. Okay? Kahit sino pang nakaupo dyan. Unless siguro, there will be changes talaga sa whole. Diba? Pero kung wala. Yeah. That is our government, the governance, the property rights, the information rights, the public safety and welfare. Yun yung mga umiikot when it comes to e-commerce. Kasi wala eh. 'Di ba? Wala tayong say when it comes to e-commerce kasi we are new in this. 'Di ba? Yung mga delivery app ganyan. Bago tayo diyan eh. Kailan lang ba nag-boom yan? Sir, nung nagkaroon ng pandemic, sa iba-ibang lugar, ang tagal-tagal na niyan. Booking app, 'di ba? Dati, ay ayoko magpa-book, gusto ko pupunta muna ako do'n. Ngayon hindi na. Magpa-book muna tayo bago pumunta. Why? Nawala na yung trust issue. Dito na ako, bakit? Puwede kang dito, ibig sabihin okey yung nito, may website 'to. Diba? We have information rights. So, what rights to their own personal information do individuals have in public marketplace and their private homes when internet technology make information collection so pervasive and efficient? What rights do individuals have to access information about business firms and other organizations? Diba? Those are the questions. Kasi limited lang eh. Kung ano yung nakikita mo into their site, yun lang yung makikita mo unless you go deeper into that. Kaya lang, wala ka naman rights para magtanong doon. Sino ba may-ari nito? Si Prikitong-kitong. Prikitong-kitong yung pangalan ng seller eh. Ano yung legit name? Prikitong, tapos Kitong yung apelyido. Wala kang magagawa. Bakit? Cannot ask. And the Shopee or Lazada cannot give you the access when it comes to information. Kung ano yung binigay nila, yun lang. Kasi, they have the agreement. Di ba? Sa medical practices, ba't di mo pwedeng malaman sino yung mga patients, ganyan. Okay? Kasi nga, yung mga sakit, di mo pwedeng malaman. Bakit? Kasi we're deprived with the information. There are a lot, sobrang dami. Sa plate number, ayaw nating i-register yung plate numbers natin. Kaya hindi ko maintindihan din sa ibang tao. Ba't ayaw nila ipa-register yung Yes sir, kasi maano yung human rights namin. paano tayo mag-adjust kung hindi natin i-register yung mga plate numbers natin? It's actually one of the good idea, no? Hindi ko alam kung kaninong administration yun. I think that will be Pinoy ata. President Aquino. That's actually good. I-register mo yung plate number. Kasi yung pupunta ka pa sa tao dito. Pupunta ka pa sa LTO for checking, for verification. Tapos ang sagot sa'yo is ganito, ganyan. Eh, what if meron kang naka-register na plate number na can be accessed by different, anong tawag dito? Bodies under the government. Di ba mas mabilis? Or let's say, meron lang yung isang ganyan, tulad na LTO. Can we check it na kahit sa branches lang, pwede natin bang ma-check yun? Diba? Kasi there are a lot of, lapses kasi when it comes to that one. Diba? Pero sana, maging okay mo. Napansin ko lang yun nung nanonood ako nung Partners Justice. Pakabilis nilang gumawa. Bakit? Lahat ay electronic. Kapag merong hindi digital, hindi nila kailangan dala sa digital forensic. Hindi nila kailangan ilagay sa digital department nila. Pero once na digital, mas madali sa kanila. Meron pa silang, ano nga ba ang tawag mo? Yung surveillance system ng mga sasakyan. Okay? Makikita rin lahat ng phone numbers naka-register din. Diba? Siguro kapag na yung anong tawag dito? National ID. Baka ganun din tayo. Of course, having the national ID, may advantages and disadvantages. But of course, hindi natin i-discuss yun. But that is actually one of the things na sinabi ko is about sa Partners Justice na napanood ko. Diba? The access to information, napakabilis. Kaya pati yung pagbigay ng justice, napakabilis. Pagbigay ng information, napakabilis. But dito sa Pilipinas, that's one of our problem. Gusto natin ng mabilis, pero ayaw natin pabilisin yung proseso. Ganun talaga. Kailangan mong tanggapin, yakapin, mahalin na when it comes to electronic media, when it comes to information technology, when it comes to technology, there will always be advantages and disadvantages. Diba? Wala na tayong magagawa kung na-expose na yung information mo. I mean, once na naging okay yung national ID, though nagra-run na nga yun eh. I actually registered for national ID, though wala pa naman picture, ganyan-ganyan. Kasi selected pa lang ata yung ginagawa. But, dun sa information na binigay, parang wala nang problema sa akin. Why? Pangalan, names, birthday, pangalan ng family mo. It was all given. Diba? Okay lang malaman, ito kapatid niya, sige, ito kapatid. Diba yung sa napanood ko rin Partner Justice, diba? Nilabas yung pangalan ng tao. Nalaman kasi yung mga roots, yung family tree nila. However, that's the consequences. However, that's also the disadvantages. But, again, there are advantages that we have. Nasa sa atin na lang yun kung ano ba yung mas matimbang. Yung advantages ba yung disadvantages. If you think you will have your disadvantages, but in minimal way, or let's say, hindi naman ganun masyado makaka-apekto sa akin, okay, go for it. Pero kapag malaki yan yung advantages na may bibigay sa'yo, go for it. Okay? Always remember that sa pagdesisyon sa totoo or sa in reality of life, there will always be advantages and disadvantages. Okay? Nung pinili ko nga yung PUP over sa perpetual, there are advantages and also there are disadvantages. But there will be no right or wrong decisions. Okay? As long as pinanindigan mo yung decision mo, hindi yun tama, hindi rin yung mali. Okay, let's continue. We also have your property rights. How can traditional intellectual property can be enforced in an internet where perfect copies of protected work can be made easily distributed worldwide in seconds? That's also a question. Yeah. Paano nga ba? Diba? Kung dati sa Baklaran, hinuhuli mo yung mga nagtitinda ng Chanel, nagtitinda ng ano pa ba? Louis Vuitton. Ano ba? MKs. Diba na puro peke. Isa rin lang kasi yung afford nila, but that's wrong. Diba? Pero paglalaban pa rin natin is, nabubuhay lang sila dyan eh. That's not true. That's not really true when it comes to mga Baklaran, ganyan. Yung mga nasa gilid-gilid. That's almost a scam. Bakit? Eh, mga nagpapapwesto naman sa kanila doon, yung may-ari din na nandun sa loob sa stall. And what is also a scam? Meron talagang binibigay na pera. Kung hindi ka nakakapunta masyado ng Baklaran or kung hindi ka observable when it comes to Baklaran, papansin mo talaga. Ay, hindi mo mapapansin yan. Pero once you are, yung tipong like ka nandun, may umikot ka, naninigil. Ano yan? Renta? If you're paying rent, hindi mo kailangan pumunta isa-isa. Sila pupunta sa'yo. Pag di nagbayad, di patangalisin mo. Di ba? Again, there are advantages and there are disadvantages. Di ba? Na-picture ka ng Louis Vuitton. Nakita nung nangungopya, ganito pala yung Louis Vuitton. Okay, pwede natin gawin to, tapos ibenta natin sa mas mababang presyo. You cannot tell the difference unless you touch it, you see it, whatever. Di ba? Anong gagawin natin doon? Di ba wala? Bakit? Bakit? Kasi tayo mismo, pinaprioritize natin yun. Ano pa? Maliban sa pinaprioritize natin building yun. Ano pa? Tayo yung nabili nun eh. So, napakaraming problema when it comes to that. Kawawa naman yung mga malalaking companies. Titinda sila ng ganito, tapos may kita mo, peke pa yung tinitinda nila. Ay, napipeke pala yung tinitinda nila. Movies. Diba? Ay, hindi bumili ng ticket. Nanood na lang ng DVD. May tumatayo-tayo pa. Na-replicate. Ay, yung music na ginagamit, galing sa YouTube, in-upload lang ng ibang tao, na-replicate. Pero wala tayong say. Diba? Kasi nakinabang tayo eh. I gets? As long as nakikinabang tayo, we don't care kung may mali o wala. And that's the truth. Kaya pag may nakikita ko sa FB na nagre-reklamo, ganyan. I always ask myself na, ba't niya rant to ng rant? Tingin ba niya tama niya lahat? Tama lagi siya sa sarili niya. Nagbabayad ba to ng tama sa Netflix? O naka-shared account na? Hindi ko sinasabing mali yung shared account. Especially kung nasa isang bahay lang kayo. Pero bumili ka ng shared account na yung ka-share mo hindi mo kakilala tapos hindi mo email. It's questionable. Kawawa naman tayo, di ba? Ay kawawa naman yung company. Tapos sasabihin mo, support local. Support ganito. But in reality, wala sa puso natin yun. Support kung ano yung mas cheap. Support kung ano yung mas makikinabang tayo. Parang sa politics lang yan. Di ba? Kung saan ka makikinabang, yun yung iboboto mo. Hindi dahil yun yung magaling. You admit it or not, that's the reality also. Why are you going to vote for someone na alam mo hindi ka naman makikinabang? Okay? But again, we are under the property rights. We have governance. Should the internet and e-commerce to be subject to public laws? That's not a question. That will be yes. Kaya lang, ayaw nga natin. Bakit? Dito na nga lang kasi kami kumikita eh. Tapos bibigyan nyo pa ng tax. Bibigyan nyo pa kami ng loss. That's for the buyer. Sorry. That's for the sellers. Paano yung buyer? Wala naman tayong loss regarding dun, di ba? Pero ayaw nga natin. Kasi nga, dyan na nga lang kumikita yung iba eh. Tapos yan. Yun pa yung sinasabi natin agad. Pero we're not worrying about the buyer itself. Paano naman yung buyer? Paano niya makukuha yung mga nabili niya na iba pala yung binigay, mali pala yung binigay, hindi pala dapat yun yung binigay. Pero again, no choice. Why? Hinaharang kasi natin. I mean, hindi natin, but there are peoples na ayaw. There are people against it. Na kaya so, kawawa naman yung mga seller, eh, dyan na lang sila nabubuhay, ganyan. But, have you ever asked ourselves also sir, paano kaya yun? Paano kaya yung mga iba na hindi naka-online? Pero nagbabayad. Nagbabayad ng pangalan ng business, nagre-register ng business, yearly may binabayarang ganito. Di ba? But then again, that's not for us to discuss anymore. But yung tanong na, should the internet e-commerce be subject to public laws? That will be a yes. Why? In a reason na, ngayon kasi lahat nasa internet eh. Internet e-commerce is subject to public laws. Okay, that will be a yes. Yes, resounding yes. Okay. Do you have any questions with that? Do you have any reactions? You can have your opinion also. Meron ba?
Sir, ano po meaning nung should mobile commerce be allowed from moving vehicles po?
Sorry, asaan yun?
Sa huling ano po? Sa may governance po, sa huling
Okay, sorry.
sentence.
Should government be responsible for ensuring that schools and colleges access the internet, certain online activities such as pornography and gambling? Ito ba yan?
Hindi po, sir. Yung after nan po.
Should
Ayan po,
mobile
sir.
commerce be allowed from moving vehicles? Should the mobile commerce be allowed from moving vehicles? I think iyan yung questions when it comes doon sa mga food and delivery services natin or the courier we have. Should mobile commerce be allowed from moving vehicles? Kayo, ano ba opinion nyo regarding this one? The mobile commerce. Sa inyo, okay ba to? Mobile commerce. Should mobile commerce be allowed from moving vehicles? Anyone? Anyone's opinion regarding the mobile commerce?
Sir, if yung mobile commerce is regarding po dun sa mga kunwari po Food Panda and others po, siguro po sir, yes po. Kasi nga po sobrang nakaka-benefit na po siya po sa community po natin since yun nga po helpful po.
Kapag sinabi nating mobile commerce, yes, that's one of the examples. But there are a lot of examples when it comes to mobile commerce. Okay. Aside kasi sa sinasabi nating mobile commerce should mobile commerce be allowed from moving vehicles? That's one of the examples. If under the food, no, or under the services, there are a lot of mobile commerce that we have. Ang problema kasi is that naumpisahan na natin eh. Alam niyo yung isang service kapag naumpisahan, though of course in-approve na yun ng government. Naaprubahan tapos without a proper dissemination to the public, that will be the problem. Actually, yan naman lagi naging problema. Proper dissemination. Why? Kasi we do not cater for the security and welfare of the people. Okay? Bakit? Ba't nga ba ganun? Let me give you an example. Yung mga sides ng daanan. Diba? That will be for the people. That will be pedestrian for the people. Ano pa? Sa side ng mga two-way na daanan. Kung sino yung mabagal, siya pa yung nasa may left side. Pero hanggang ngayon, hindi matama-tama. Why? Sa probinsya, may mga lagi nakabilad na palay. Okay lang naman yon, pero wag on the national highway. Diba? Burden kasi sa iba yon. Especially for those people na alam yung law. Yung iba kasi hindi alam. And hindi na nila inalam. Yung should mobile commerce be allowed for moving vehicles? I cannot answer for that one. But for now, that will be a yes. Cannot answer pero sumagot ng yes. I cannot answer in a way na hindi ko masagot thoroughly kung ano ba yung stand ko with this one. But for now, that will be yes. But when it comes to laws, wala nga kasi tayong ganun. So are we going to protect the people? Diba? Yun yung mga problema na hindi natin napapansin. Okay?
Thank you po, sir.
Let's continue. The introduction of the internet and e-commerce impact individual societies and political institutions. That's right. These impacts can be classified into 4 moral dimensions. Ayan nga yan. Let's have it. Before reviewing the 4 moral dimensions of e-commerce in greater depth, we will briefly review some basic concepts of ethical reasoning that can use as a guide to ethical decision-making and provide general reasoning principles about social political issues of the internet that you will face in the future. If you are into the dimensions or 4 dimensions of e-commerce, what if in the future may ma-face kang problem when it comes to internet? How are you going to deal with it? That's also my question. Diba? The screenshots or evidence. But hindi rin siya pwede. Kasi there are laws na hindi ka pwedeng mag-screenshot without knowing ng tao. Hindi ka pa pwedeng mag-record. Diba? So, saan ka mag-i-stand? Ang tawag dito, napaka-advanced na ng technology natin. Pag binag-away, video. Kaya siya nagsasabi na, nag-aaway na nga, binibidyohan pa. Diba? Doon na makikita ko ano yung mga nangyari. Kaya the problem nga is yung tampering. Gano'n. Kasi nga uso nga rin yun. Diba? Kaya yung dito sa Paningki Tarlac, yung nangyari dito, sa may Tarlac, doon malayo sa amin. So, di ba? The video says it all. Pero nasabi ng police, i-verify nila kasi for tampering. Yung mga tao naman galit na galit. But that's right. Ba't ko sinabing that's right? Hindi ko sinasabing tama yung ginawa ng police. Galit na galit nga ako dun, di ba? That's the SOP. Kapag nagbigay ka pag nakita mo yung videos, kunin mo muna yung original video, tapos i-verify mo. Hindi ko magets, ba't galit na galit yung tao? Na kailangan pang i-verify, yun na nga daw. Hindi ganun yun. That's for the sake of nung taong nasa videos. Meron pa gato. Dahil sa internet. Ang dami niyong pinoproblema, pero yung case ni West, hindi niyo pa rin maayos-ayos. Tapos na nga yun. Nakakulong na. So, wala pang verdict. Wala pang verdict kasi hindi pa naayos. Isipin mo nga dito sa amin, may reklamo Reklamo, March 2020. Kailan pinatawag ng prosecutor? April 2021. Kahit nagalit ka dun sa tao, hindi ka nagalit nun after 1 year eh. Diba? Binura ko na po kasi yung post doon sa sa Facebook. Kapag ginawa yun, ano ba magagawa natin? Papatawarin mo na lang. Kaya lang, iabot na 1 taon for the justice itself. It will be a problem. So the question is, if you will have a problem in the near future that involves internet, how are we going to solve for it? Diba? Tinanggal ka sa trabaho, bakit? Nakita ka, nagpo-post ka ng kung ano-ano sa company mo. Ang papangit na sinasabi mo sa company mo. Kailangan ba matanggal o hindi? Of course, we don't know our stand. Hindi mo alam kung tama o mali. Ba't mo sisiraan yung company? Pwede mo na idaan sa procedure. Hindi rin naman ako dinaan sa procedure yung tinanggal ako. That's another question. Why go for social media if you can go directly to Dole? Kaya lang, anong problema doon? Takes time. Diba? Sasabihan ka pang ganyan. Sure ka ba niyan? Kasi magbabayad ka ng attorney, ganyan-ganyan. Yung tipong, huwag ka na kayo magsampa ng kaso. Diba? So, sinabihan lang ako na wala na akong work through Messenger. That's unethical. Ano ngayon? Sir, in-email lang ako na wala na akong trabaho. May mali ba doon? So, in-email na ako, wala akong trabaho. Okay. Nag-evolve na yung technology natin, nag-adjust na. So, ba't ka pa pupuntahin ngayon may pandemic? Sasabihan ka na lang through email. See? There are advantages and also disadvantages. The question is, how are you going to deal with it? Plus, how the internet will help you. So that's the question. Will the internet help you? Or will the internet will bring you down? Those are the questions. Okay, let's continue with this diagram. We have here the 8 provision rights, political issues, property rights, public safety and welfare, politics and governance. Ito yung nakasurrounds dito sa the internet and e-commerce natin. You have your ethical issues and the individual, you have the social issues and the society, and the political issues to the politics, public safety. So that's how the internet and e-commerce surrounds by different issues. Ano pinakamalapit? By the individual. Of course, the internet and e-commerce are individuals, or the ones who are using the internet and the e-commerce are the individual. And with that individual, there will be an ethical issues. From that individual na nagkaroon ng ethical issues, magkakaroon ng society, tapos magkakaroon ng social issues. Outside the society, there will be political issues. That's how it works. Sometimes mahirap intindihin, but it's a matter of accepting the reality na ganyan talaga yung nakasurround when it comes to internet. We are only under the e-commerce, but this internet or the internet, napakaraming category, napakaraming industries ang nakapalibot sa kanya. Sometimes, hindi lang yung mga issues na. But of course, under the e-commerce, these are the issues that we have. Let's have now yung basic ethical concept: responsibility, accountability, and liability. So ethics is the heart of the social and political debates about the internet. Ethics is the study of principles that individuals and organizations can use to determine right and wrong courses of action. However, sabi ko nga, kahit na right or wrong courses of action yan, it's up to us naman kung susundin ba natin o hindi. Why? Kasi wala pa nga tayong, wala pa tayong legal ways to answer some of the problems when it comes to internet and e-commerce. Extending ethics from individuals to business firms and even entire societies can be difficult, but it's not impossible. That's right. As long as there is a decision-making body or individual such as board of directors or CEO in a business firm or a government body in the society, their decisions can be judged against a variety of ethical principles. If you understand some basic ethical principles, your ability to reason about larger social and political debates will be improved. See? As you can see in that statement, the priority is what? The company with the decision-making body. O yung mga malalaking company. Diba? Kasi sino nga namang maliit na business company ang papasok ko dyan with the hierarchy of business or the organization. Ikaw CEO, ikaw decision ka, yung financial manager ka, ganyan. Walang ganun. Mag-umpisa ka sa baba. But, syempre, hindi naman na ganun yung competition katulad ng dati. Due to the internet or due to the advancement of technology rather. Responsibility means that as free moral agents, individual organizations and societies are responsible for the actions they take. Kasi nga responsibility. But those responsibilities, okay, depends on the individual or organization. If they're true with the responsibility, whatever e-commerce man yan or not, then it will be good. Pero kapag hindi, that will be the problem or that will be a problem on both sides. Okay, sa consumer man yan, sa buyer or sa seller. Okay, so let's have analyzing ethical dilemmas. Ano na ba yung mga dilemmas when it comes to ethical or ethics? No? Number 1, identify and describe clearly the facts. Find out who did, what to whom, and where, when, how, ganyan. Kaya lang, kahit naman meron tayong ganito, ganun pa rin. Diba? We cannot change the fact na kulang yung legal ways natin. Okay, when it comes to e-commerce. Define the conflict or dilemma and identify the higher order value involved. Ethical, social, political issues always reference higher values. Otherwise, there would be no debate. Tama nga naman. The parties to a dispute all claim to be pursuing higher values. Example, freedom, privacy, protection, property. For example, DoubleClick and its supporters argue with the tracking consumer movements of the web increase. Diba? It's not that everyone is involved when it comes to this one. No? All you have to do is to define the conflict and dilemma. After, ano mangyayari? Identify the stakeholders. Sino yung mga stakeholders mo? The buyer, the seller? Sino ang stakeholders?
Na nga doon. Nagkakasi naman si tita.
Let's continue. I'll edit that one. Don't worry, Ran. Okay. So, identify the options that you can reasonably take. So, ano na ba yung mga options na pwede mong gawin after identifying those? And of course, after identifying, that's right, identify the potential consequences of your options. Tama ba yung gagawin ko? Kung tama, anong consequences? Mali ba yung gagawin kong to? After malaman yung gagawin mo, are you okay with the consequences? Ay, mali to, pero gagawin ko pa rin. Kasi ito yung magiging consequences, kahit na sabihin ko. Or gawin ko to. Ay, tama tong gagawin ko, kaya lang ito yung magiging problema sa akin. Pero gagawin ko. So again, it's up to you. Privacy and information rights, we're done with this one. The concept of privacy. Okay. Legal protections. Okay. In the United States, Canada, and Germany, rights to privacy are explicitly granted in or can be derived from founding documents such as Constitution as well as specific steps. Wala eh. The only examples that we have is the United States, Canada, and Germany. Bakit? Kasi based on the surveys and on statistics, they have the biggest legal protections. Diba? Sa atin, wala. Wala kang connection, wala kang legal protection. Unless maka-whistleblower ka. Sige, you live the life you want. So, these are the table of federal privacy laws. Okay. In a foreign country, of course. Okay. So, this will be your assessment for topic number 3. Write down privacy laws related to e-commerce and cite the advantages for both consumers and business. You have to do it. Pero hindi pa ngayon kasi we have to discuss everything ngayon. So, do you have any questions when it comes to social and business concepts and issues of e-commerce before we continue with the Joomla content management system? May questions ba tayo?
Wala naman po, sir.
Okay. Wait lang po ah. Wait lang. Saglit lang. Okay, let's continue. Sorry. Okay, the Joomla content management system. So, lagi ko na nababanggit sa inyo to kung ano ba yung Joomla, para saan ba yung Joomla. And before we start with the elective 2, sa web development pa lang natin, nasabi ko na kung ano ba yung mga gagawin sa content management system natin or to our CMS. Ano ba yung mga kailangan natin when it comes to that? Okay. Okay, let's continue. So, after successful completion of this lesson, you should be able to read about the web CMS and gain a basic understanding of it. Learn to use a Joomla site as a user with varying rights or permissions. Optionally, install a Joomla site. Optionally kasi hindi pa naman tayo mag-umpisa. Experiment with different teams and modify teams. Create users with different kinds of levels of permission. Work solo or teams. visit the use of Joomla site with the other people in this course. So let's continue. About Joomla. So Joomla is a free open source content management system or CMS for publishing web content. Over the years, Joomla has won several awards. It is built on Model View Controller or MVC web application framework that can be used independently of the CMS that allows you to build powerful online applications. Yes, that's right. Aside from creating websites, you can also create a web applications or online applications using Joomla. Kung kailangan mo ng inventory, you can use this one. Joomla is one of the most powerful website software thanks to its global community of developers and volunteers. Yes, that's right. Since this is an open source, there are a lot of developers and volunteers na ginagawa ang lahat to improve the Joomla. So, kailan pa nag-start yung Joomla? This one started, I think, mga 2008 onwards. Okay? Kung di ako nagkakamali, 2009, dun pa lang pumasok yung Joomla 1.5. Which is the first Joomla CMS na nagamit ko. Of course, before that, there will be, if I'm not mistaken, there were Joomla 1.0 and 1.2 if I'm not mistaken. But of course, the stable one is the Joomla 1.5. Hanggang sa umabot na ngayon, which is today, there will be Joomla 3.5 stable. Okay. So the definition of CMS is an application web-based that provides capabilities for multiple users with different permission levels to manage all or a section of content, data, or information of a website project or intranet application. So napakarami palang users na pwede mong iligay when it comes to CMS. It's either they have their technical or non-technical knowledge, it's okay. Managing content refers to creating, editing, archiving, publishing, collaborating on, reporting, distributing website content data, and information. So Joomla in the real online world. So Joomla is used all over the world. The power of millions of websites of all shapes and sizes. Discover examples of companies using Joomla. Joomla, when it comes to discover examples of companies using Joomla, one of the company or institutions that we have is the government. Government websites, especially the executive departments and yung mga LGUs, ang ginagamit nila most of the time is the Joomla or the content management system. So, why? Sabi ko nga, it's non-technical. So, kahit hindi ka ganun kagaling, pwede mong ma-update yung website mo every now and then. So Joomla can be used for corporate websites or portals, intranets and extranets, small business websites, online magazines, newspapers and publications, e-commerce and online reservations. Yes, yung mga online reservations na ginagawa natin na halos pagpagura natin, sa Joomla, i-install mo lang. Of course, there are online reservation system na may bayad, yung tipo 150, gano'n. Pero ano ba naman yung gastos na 150 kung sobrang ganda naman ng e-commerce na makukuha mo? Plus, you can customize it with yourself. Gusto ko ganito ito eh. Ayoko nung ganyan. Okay lang yun kasi magagawa mo yun dito. Community-based, school and church websites or portals, and personal or family homepages. So being a web agency, how can Joomla help? If you are an agency who develop website for your customers, Joomla is the perfect tool for you, okay? Designed to be easy to install and set up even if you're not an advanced user. So, ayun na yun. As a developer, can I use Joomla in more advanced way? Some companies and organizations have requirements that go beyond what is available in Joomla core package. Totoo naman. Hindi, gusto ko mas advanced dito yung mga kapapakita niyo. In those cases, Joomla's powerful application frameworks makes it easy for developers to create sophisticated add-ons that extend the power of Joomla to virtually unlimited direction. So, based on that statement, kasi nga, kahit nga hindi ka non-ethical, pwede mo magawa yung Joomla, di ba? Pwede ka makapag-create ng site. However, paano kapag may advanced daw? Yes, of course, you can deal with that. Kasi since it's actually made from the PHP, something na ganyan. Kung gusto mo i-customize yun, tapos meron kang kahit pa paano knowledge naman to scripting languages, then you can actually go into advanced. Core Joomla frameworks enables developers to quickly and easily build. Eto nga yan. inventory control systems, data reporting tools, application bridges, custom product catalogs, integrated e-commerce systems, complex business directories, reservation systems, and communication tools. Ano yung sabihin ng communication tools? Yung mga chat, install mo lang yung chat, meron ka ng chat. Hindi yung magko-code ka pa para makabuo ka ng chat. Eh sir, paano itong ganito? Paano yung ganito? Of course, again, these frameworks, mga yan, you can buy it or may free din. Of course, yung free, hindi mo matatanggal yung mga logo nila, ganyan. But if you buy it, of course, matatanggal mo yung mga yan. Pwede mong palitan ng sarili mo. Eh sir, paano yun? Di gagastos ako? Of course. This is an open source. So kung gusto mong bumili ng framework nila na hindi mo susundin yung agreement nila, edi you buy your own framework. Kano yun, sir? 500, 150, o ay ano naman. Di ba? Eh kasi sir, kami pa pala mag-aayos. So, mag-aayos ka na lang. I-customize mo na lang based sa gusto mo. Pero the framework itself, andyan na. The inventory control systems, andyan na. So, wala ka na masyadong babaguhin. Since Joomla is based on PHP and MySQL, and that's why, di ba sabi ko nga, this is a continuation of your web development. One. Kasi nga, I know that this Joomla is based on PHP and MySQL. If you're building a powerful application on an open platform, anyone can use, share, and support. Okay? If you're ready to install the Joomla yourself, ito yung mga steps. Una, download the latest version of Joomla. But for me, download the most stable. Okay? Version of your Joomla. You can find it on Joomla download portal or you'll be running in no time. And if you need any help, visit our official forums and documentation. Yes, that's right. That is joomla.org. Now, Joomla provides also other way to get started without having to install it. Okay, pre-website on launch.joomla.org and okay, ayan yung example nila. So, Joomla benefits and core features. Joomla is one of the world's most powerful and popular software packages. It is used to build, organize, manage, and publish content for small businesses, government, nonprofits, and large organizations. So, Joomla is supported by large ecosystems and powers. Ano yan? Nearly 2 million active websites. Over 9% of all known business websites. Over 6% of the CMS market worldwide. And over 3% of the entire world. Bakit? Eh sir, bakit yan lang yung percentage? Yes, mukhang mababa yung percentage, but we have a lot of content management system. We have WordPress, we have Drupal, okay? We have Elephant, napakarami. Okay? But sir, bakit Joomla? Bakit hindi nila ang WordPress? The reason is yung offline capability of Joomla. Yung tipong kahit dali mo saan, okay lang. Ilagay mo sa flash drive yung Joomla mo, okay lang. Yun kasi yung iniisip ko nun eh. Eh sir, bakit hindi po na lang WordPress, mas sikat yung WordPress? That's right. Sikat talaga yung WordPress. Okay, however, you have to use it online. Wait lang, may nag-chat. Saan po? Saan yung chat? Nakita. Wait lang, hindi ko nakikita pag 3.5 po ba yung stable version? For now, yes po. Yes po, that will be yung stable version. Okay. Saan ba tayo? Ayan. So, Joomla's benefits. So, 7 reasons why Joomla is perfect for platform. We don't discuss this one kasi nasabi na kanina yan. Build powerful PHP applications, of course, because Joomla is a combination of PHP and MySQL. Joomla's core features. Ayan. So, let's have your Joomla essential. Multi-lingual, offering 70 languages. Search engine optimization, out-of-the-box SEO and SEF. Flexible, free forever, that's right. Extendable, user management, menu management, cache management. Andun lahat. Awesome design features, of course. Template override. Yung tipong may template ka na, i-install mo na lang. Tapos kung gusto mong i-override, you override it. As long as you know how to use HTML and CSS. JLayouts, template assignments, so on and so forth. And ayan. Content and editing, publishing made easy, of course. Great core functionalities. CMS management made easy. Global professional support kasi nga this is a open source, so we have volunteers and developers na mga professional din. Take Joomla to the next level as a developer. MBC. Okay. And of course, the assessment will be list the different modules or extensions or templates you may use in your website. Explain your answer. This assessment is by group. Remember yung pinag-group ko kayo last time?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. So that will also be the groups na meron kayo to answer this one. Ano na ba yung mga module, extensions, or templates na gagamitin nyo in your website? So, ito yun. Okay.
Sir, may tanong lang po, sir.
Yes.
Sir, based po kasi sa mga questions rin po na iba. Sir, Joomla rin po ba gagamitin, sir, for midterms? Or pwede naman po kahit ano, sir?
Hindi po. Joomla pa rin yung gagamitin natin kasi we are under the Elective to Ecommerce Content Management System.
Okay po, sir. Thank you po.
In Joomla pa rin. Of course, kapag nagamay na natin or what, diretso tayo ng another content management system. Of course, we have your introduction to SAM. If you don't have any questions under the Joomla content management system. Again, so sabi ko nga last time na discuss na to. So, bilisan na lang natin. No? Again, SAM corresponds to cross-platform Apache, MariaDB, or MySQL, PHP, and Perl. Of course, since this is platform, it supports multiple operating systems. Okay, Linux, Windows, Mac OS, yung mga yan. How to download or how to install SAM? Of course, first is to download SAM. Sana nagawa nyo na to kasi last time sinabi ko nang gawin nyo, and before we meet today, sinabi ko na rin na gagawin nyo dapat. Install the SAM. Of course. Ayan. You start the SAM, of course, the services. Go to PHP may admin, databases. Ayan. So, I think na-discuss na natin sa web development. Okay. The website Joomla. Okay. And now, we will stop with this one, yung website tapos Joomla. Kasi this is the time na makikita nyo na yung cPanel. Ayan. How it works. Okay. But for now, you focus on your assessment. Saan ba yun? Ayan. List the different modules, extensions, or template you may use in your website. So ano ba yung mga module, extensions, or templates that you will use in your website? Let's have this one. Okay, you have to check on the versions na meron kayo, no? Kung 3.5 yung gagamitin nyo, of course, you have to search for template na 3.5, modules na 3.5, extensions na 3.5. Okay? So, ano ba ibig sabihin dito? So, let's have this one, 3.5 templates. So, this template will be installed on your Joomla. So, titingin ka ngayon kung ano bang template yung gusto mo. Ba't dito ako napunta? Wait lang. Okay. Ito yung mga samples ng template mo. So, ano ba ito? This one. Ano ba yan? Not working. Wait. Yun ay mahirap, no? If you're looking for a template, of course, you have to look thoroughly. Ibig sabihin, titingin ka muna ng template na sa tingin mo, pinaka-applicable sa'yo. Okay? Halimbawa, this one. Sana gumana. Ayaw talaga. Wait lang. So, ito yung itsura nung live demo natin. Halimbawa, ito. This one is an example. Nakikita nyo ba itong gumagalaw na ito? Ayan. This one is an example of e-commerce site. That's why meron silang ganito. Ano, wait, i-click ko. Ayan, ganito yung magiging itsura ng site nyo. May drop down. Sir, paano ginagawa yan? Lahat yan, ikaw po yung gagawa. And lahat yan, hindi mo na kinocode. Ilalagay mo lang. Ayan. This one is an example of e-commerce. Sir, paano pag bibili ako? Halimbawa, tignan natin kung working. No, working. So, this can be an example of your e-commerce. So, halimbawa, ito, shopments, papalitan mo yan. Halimbawa, yung shopments, gagawin mong cars. Pero ganito yung magiging template. Ngayon, sir, pwede pa namin siyang baguhin, of course. Of course, you can change yung itsura nito.
Pili nga po.
Depende dun sa gagawin nyo. Ayan.
Pili.
Ano yan? Wala po kaming yellow.
Malambot pa daw, sir.
So once nakinlik ko yon, sorry ah. Again, pakita natin yung live demo, no? So ito yung e-commerce natin. So halimbawa, kinlik ko to. Lalabas na to, tapos pwede kong i-add to cart. Pag in-add to cart ko to, ito ilalabas. So, in an instance, of course, notice, product remove, kasi hindi naman tayo nakalagin. No? In an instant, meron ka ng e-commerce site. Naintindihan nyo ba? That's how the Joomla works. Kaya simula natutunan ko to, wala, parang minaster ko na yung tipong, sabi ko, parang na-scam ata ako ng web development. Although, of course, sa IT industry ngayon, plus factor, sabi nga, plus factor only, yung meron ka mag-CMS. Kaya lang, di ba, if you really know how to use this one, ayan, katulad nito, live demo nito, why are you going to create another site kung pwede naman to? Ayan. Pag kinlik ko tong accessories, i-redirect niya ako to another page, tapos pwede na ako mag-add to cart. Ayan. Nagigets ba? Kung ano yung pwede nating, or what's at stake sa CMS, na nakikita na ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes
Ayan
po,
yun,
sir.
ang gagawin mo, install mo lang yan, tapos okay na yan. Kung gusto mong palitan yung product, pupunta ka lang sa media, papalitan mo yung mga products, maglalagay ka ng ganito, maglalagay ka ng ganyan, ayun yun. Nagkakaintindihan ba tayo? So ngayon, remember yung groupings na meron kayo? Stop share ko muna. Remember yung groupings na meron kayo? Diba, I asked you kung anong tawag dito? Kung anong website yung gagawin nyo. Tama?
Opo.
So, I asked you about that. So, by group, you can now list kung ano bang module yung kailangan nyo. Halimbawa, sir, dun sa website namin, kailangan meron kaming downloads or upload a document, something na ganun. Kailangan namin ng visitor counter, yung magbibilang ng visitors na umattend sa amin for statistics purposes. Sir, kailangan ng inventory sa system namin. Sir, kailangan merong e-commerce doon sa system namin. So again, this is a group work, no? Kasi this is midterm. Pero pagdating po ng finals, this one is individual. I mean, you can create an individual website na kasi nga for preparation for finals, but you have to prioritize this groupings kasi kayo mismo yung namili nung gagawin site. Okay? So any questions?
Sir, yung magiging, yung finals po namin, same process lang tulad ng sa groupings na?
Yes po, same process, but this time, individual na siyang gagawin.
Tama, sir.
And of course, since that is individual, of course, kailangan okay pa rin. Hindi siya yung tipong, hindi, basta may mapasa na lang ako. Okay? Kasi dun sa iba, basta groupings, kung sino isang gumawa, yun na yun. Sometimes ganun. Sometimes naman kapag individual, paala na, basta may mapasa na. Hindi ganun. Kaya nga nag-discuss na tayo about sa e-commerce. Okay? Para hindi na tayo mahirapan kapag hands-on na tayo. Sa finals naman, of course, magdi-discuss pa tayo niyan. Kailangan ko lang na, may na-install na ba kayong Joomla? May na-install na kayong Joomla?
Sir, yung iba naka-install na po ata. Yung iba naman po naka-download lang po.
Kaka-download pa lang?
Hindi naman po, sir. Yung iba po kinakatikot na po. Based po sa nakikita ko po.
Ayun lang naman. I think kailangan okay na kayo. Kailangan okay na lahat ng ginagawa nyo. Or nung gagawin nyo based na dun sa mga napag-usapan nyo last time.
Sir, may tanong po ako. Mga 2 questions po. Sir, yung una po, okay lang daw po kaya, sir, if WAMP po yung gamitin or kailangan po SAMP po?
Hindi po, kahit WAMP walang problema yung kahit na WAMP yung gamitin natin.
Okay po, sir.
Walang problema yan kung ano yung gusto nyo gamitin. Nasa sa inyo yun.
Okay po. Tapos, sir, yung next question po, paano po kaya magagawa na by group po yung pag-edit po sa Joomla?
Sir, paano po ba yung pag-edit sa Joomla na by group? Parang hirap sagutin, no? You can look for, anong tawag dito? A free web host. Naiintindihan ba ako, web host? A web server. Di ba ang web server nyo is yung local host nyo na WAMP or SAMP. Ngayon, you can search for a free web host. Wait let me see. Free web hosting sites. Try nyo dun sa web hosting ng Google. Meron silang hosting site. Ito pa, wait. This one. GoDaddy, Network Solutions, Web.com. Ayan. There are a lot of web hosts na free. Ngayon, kung wala, lang, syempre, hindi mo kayo pwedeng gumasa sa inyo. Pero, if you're really into website, this is solidhosting.ph. Starter plan, 800, 1.5, tapos 3,000. Ayan. 15 gig disk space, unlimited bandwidth, email, unlimited email, and Ano 3,000 na to? Nagmura na ba sila? Kinontinue ko siya. Ayan, 3,000. Shared hosting, professional. Hindi ko sinasabing kunin nyo to ha. This is an example of hosting. Yung tipong, ito yung tipong, ayan, 3,000 ha. Ito yung hosting plus yung domain name. Ayan, sabi ko na may 750 pa. 3,750 lahat. If you want na sa buong isang taon, meron kayong site or domain na pwede mong ma-edit online. Mahal kasi. Bibiling ko sana para sa inyo. Ayan. Or, sabi ko nga, or go for this one. Of course, mas preferred ko to kasi libre to. Pwede siguro, kapag talagang nasa capstone na kayo tapos ang nakuha nyo is web development, we go with this one. Why? You can do it kahit nasaan kayo sa bahay. Sa phone kayo, you can program. Walang problema. Ayan. That's only an example. No? Mahal na. 750 na ngayon, .org. Grabe naman. Bagay. Ayun lang. Ayun. So, gusto niyo bang mag-usap-usap kayo ng mga klase niyo? Sure, tanong lang po. Parehas lang po ba ng ginawa namin dati? Si Aldrin. Oo nga pala, no. Parehas lang po ba ng ginawa namin dati? Dati kasi, pinayagan ko lang sa inyo, Aldrin, is the basic. Kasi hindi ko alam, hindi nyo ata to elective to. Hindi ko maalala kung saan nyo ginawa to, Aldrin. No? Nung kayo-kayo pa nila, kasama mo dito. Sila Kapili, sila Irene, ayan. Hindi ko alam kung yung ginawa nyo dati is the basic CMS, yung walang app na nakalagay. Hindi pong, basta maka-install ka lang ng template. This time, hindi. Once you install a template, of course, kailangan ayusin mo siya based doon sa requirements na binigay mo. Kung school website yun, it has to look, or the look of the website should be a school website. Hindi po may announcement, hindi yung viewing purposes only. Okay? It should be dynamic. Okay? Ayun lang. Any questions other than Aldrin Reynaldo's question? Lahat ba may grupo na? Yabut, meron ka na bang group? Trisha? Yabut. Natulog na ata. Natulog na ba, Kas? Kas Badilyo, natulog na ba si Trisha?
Hindi ko alam, sir. Pero nandito
sa amin po si Yabut.
Ayun daw, Eletive daw po.
Ano na?
Sa amin po si...
Sa inyo. Sa inyo ba, Topper?
Tulog lang po ata.
Umingay, magising si Yabut eh. Oh, tingnan mo, paalisin ko kayo lahat dito. Matitira dito si Yabut. Any questions regarding dun sa gagawin yung assessment?
Sir, pinapatanong lang po ng kaibigan ko po if nakuha daw po yung source code ng...
Puro pinapatanong ah.
Yes, sir. Ako na lang po yung...
Yes, yung source code kung nakukuha ba? Of course. Hindi naman pwedeng
CMS siya, tas wala lang, hindi. Yung codes andoon.
Okay po,
And
sir.
of course, yung sinasabi mong paano ba mo ko yung source code, ano ba tawag dito?
Sir,
Hindi,
kasi pang...
I think madali na yun ngayon. Kasi dati, of course, we are, anong tawag dito? Tinuturo lang sa amin paano gawin, pero hindi naman totally diniscuss tong CMS. Ako lang talaga yung nagtiyaga na paano to, paano yan. Kaya hanggang depends, alam ko yung ginagawa ko eh. This is elective 1 ata namin. This is elective 2 also namin, the CMS. Pero we really don't have idea kung paano ba gumawa ng web development. I don't know how to use PHP. I don't know HTML. I don't know everything. Kaya nung nalaman ko to, wala, sabi ko mukhang eto na ang sagot sa lahat ng mga hindi ko alam. Kasi how are you going to create a website kung wala ka naman alam sa HTML, wala ka alam sa PHP? Of course, iba kasi yung way of teaching noon. I mean, noon kasi hindi spoon feed eh. Although ngayon naman hindi pa rin naman spoon feed eh. Ako lang naman talaga yung matyaga sa inyo eh. Kumbaga pinagtsatsagaan ko lang kayo. Hindi, biro lang. I mean, hindi kasi siya katulad talaga dati na ang motto kasi sa amin, be resourceful eh. Pag binigay ito, okay na yan. Bala ka na anong gagawin mo. Ngayon kasi hindi eh. Di ba? I have to discuss on your part. Hindi ko alam sa iba, pero sa akin, kailangan i-discuss ko kung ano yung dapat i-discuss. Kahit na dapat common sense lang, i-discuss mo pa rin. Of course, we don't have the same common sense, but kailangan ko i-discuss kung ano yung dapat ko i-discuss. And especially on this one. You have your web development, you have the idea kung paano gumamit ng PHP, HTML, and CSS. Now is the time to apply it on the CMS or the content management system. And after that, it's up to you if you're going to pursue your web development career. Hindi lahat magaling. Okay? Hindi lahat marunong. Lahat sila nag-umpisa sa wala. Hanggang sa si Dieter, I think kilala ni Aldrin yun, si Dieter. Wala naman talaga si Dieter dati, parang okay, lister ka, pero wala, hindi niya alam kung ano yung ipaprioritize niya. Kasi wala nagpupush eh. Kumbaga, hindi nila alam kung ano ba yung, ano mangyari sa kanila after graduation. Lahat naman sila ganun yung questions na kasi, paano nga ba? Diba? Hanggang sa nagustuhan niya na yung web development. Ngayon, web developer na sila. Magkakasama sila ni, diba? Ni Estopase, ni June. Ayan. Ayaw ata nila mag-iwahiwalay. Nag-iwahiwalay ng mga jowa nila. Sila na lang hindi. Okay? So, kayo din, ngayong third year kayo, this is second semester, you have to make your choice. Saan ba ako magiging magaling? Saan ba ako dapat mag-excel? We are jack of all trades, but always remember na dapat meron kang isang, hindi, when it comes to the class, ako dapat yung pinakamagaling dito. I'm the second best when it comes to this category. Ako yung pinakamagaling sa, ako dapat yung pinakamagaling sa networking. Although, ayoko man sabihin to, but networking is for computer engineers. Or ECE. Okay? Mga network admin, ganyan. But, hindi ko naman dinedeprive kayo na hindi talaga dapat sa inyo yun. But, most of the time, dun kasi talaga yung punta ng ECE and computer engineering. Of course, they ano talaga dito, talaga doon, they master for that too. Kasi sila talaga yung kinukuha when it comes to job. Diba? But, again, sabi ko nga, you have to master one. Kung sa tingin mo, pang multimedia ka, go for multimedia. Diba? Iraos mo na lang yung sarili mo na, ano ba naman itong programming na to? Diba? Sabi ko nga sa inyo dati, diba, yung kakalala ko, o yung kaklase ko na, bakit akong problema sa programming? Hindi naman ako magiging programmer pag alis ko. Ay nga, hindi nga siya naging programmer. Ang gusto niya maging graphic artist. Sa huli, hindi rin siya naging graphic artist. Naging network admin siya man. Diba? So, kayo din. You have to look forward sa susunod na taon. Waiting na po kayo. Admit it or not. Susunod na summer, klase na naman. Pero, you have to look for yourselves. Kailangan alam nyo na kung ano kayo. Sa tingin nyo na Naku, hirap na ako sa lahat. Mag-call center ako. You go for to be a call center representative. Customer service representative. Hindi, sir. May web developer ako. Di go for web development. Sir, magiging mobile developer ako. Kaya lang, wala pa akong alam hanggang ngayon. That's why, di ba sabi ko nga, you have to push your teacher kung anong gusto niyong matutunan. Okay? Kaya hindi ko hinandle yung ibang courses, ibang subjects niya. No, I don't handle those. Kasi, sabi ko nga, na-start ko yung web development, so I'll continue with the content management system. If there are topics na mobile development, edi you go with the mobile, you ask for mobile web development. Kasi, kung nasa syllabus nyo or nasa course outline nyo is mobile development, you have to know how to use the mobile development. Wala, kung hindi ka mag-aano ngayong pandemic, wala, iwan tayo. Sir, paano po yung naka-cellphone ngayon? That's also a question na gusto kong malaman kung paano gagawin niya. Diba? Dapat may laptop kayo. Kung wala kayo laptop, bagsak kayo sa subject ko. Char. Hindi kasi pwede yung ganun statement, di ba? This is group work eh. Wala. Try to look for a free web hosting. I think yun na lang. Try to look for it. Kasi on that way, yung mga naka-cellphone, pwede silang maka-help. I mean, pwede silang ngayon makagawa na nasa cellphone. Kasi sabay-sabay kayo pwedeng gumawa. And once na once na naka-free web hosting ka, of course, wala ka masyado magiging problema. Bakit? Kasi, naka-online ka, mag-online na yung naka-cellphone. Any questions? May tanong pa po ba?
Wala naman, sir.
Wala na po, sir.
Okay na
Sure.
po, sir.
Okay. You want to have your groupings right now or iti-take home nyo na lang yung groupings?
Ngayon na lang, sir.
Hmm?
Ngayon na lang po.
Okay.
Okay na everyone. Sinek ko lang kung kalala nyo pa yung mga kagrupo nyo. Okay,
Yes, sir.
yung continuation yan, I'll give you time talaga para i-decide kung ano ba yung mga modules and extensions and template na gagamitin nyo for your group work. Okay, so I think that will be for today. Open your cameras. Thank you. Sa akin, ba't parang late ka? Si Mariano din. Ba't nalilate kayo?
Sir, nagdi-DC po ako kanina.
DC ka? Sige.
Opo.
Okay, I'll just get the screenshot for now. Okay, first group. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, and okay. Wait for a while. Thank you. Isa pa, para hindi napagalitan si Ran. Magmadali tayo. Nasa work pa ata si Trisha. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, and okay, sige. I think that will be all for today. Thank you so much, and I'm hoping na may magagawa na tayo dun sa mga meron tayo sa ngayon. So, I'll just wait for the update dun sa mga gagamitin yung modules, extensions, and templates. Then, pwede na tayo mag-umpisa by next week. Okay? So, once na nasend nyo na sa akin yun, next week, we will have an hands-on na po on your Joomla. So, if you know how to use Joomla, then good. If hindi pa, tapos pag-aaralan nyo, edi okay lang din. But, kung wala pa talagang idea, you wait for next week. Okay? Kasi you still have time para makagawa naman for your third. Okay? Sige. So, I think that will be all for today. Thank you so much. Ingat kayo. God bless. Bye.
Thank you,
Po,
sir.
sir.
Ingat po.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you,
You may leave the room now. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.